What's going on, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode. Today is I thought I turned off my my thing, but anyway, it is pretty much the middle of November, and as you can tell, it's looking kind of nice outside. It's really weird weather for the Northeast nowadays, but it is what it is. But yeah, so we have Saphire in the air. It has literally been in the air ever since I did these springs here, and I'm dying to see what this car will look like on the ground. So I do have the wheels just scattered everywhere, but I figured let's get the Brembos off and let's get those powder coated and taken care of, because we're already at this point. One thing that I just didn't really want to do is clean up these. You're never really gonna see them, but yeah, I got those. It just looks horrible. But like I said before, you're really never gonna see anything back here anyway, so I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. As for the brakes, I went with these slotted rotors. A lot of my friends on my Facebook channel have expressed very high concerns about doing a slotted and drilled rotor, or at least drilled rotors. And usually I don't really have any issues, but I'm gonna take their advice and I'm gonna just go with some slotted rotors. They are zinc plated because this car will be sitting for at least most of the winter. I'm not really gonna drive this car during the winter time. I do have other cars specifically for that reason. So as soon as I get this bad boy done, taken care of, and ready roadworthy, I will be putting this to the side and I will be working on other projects over the winter time. But as for right now, I got to get these things back on and I got to get the Brembos bled. And as for the Brembos themselves, I did go with a very neutral color. I thought that I probably would, and here it is. So I went with just a very high gloss black with a sparkly glittery silver Brembo caliper. So yeah, or Brembo decal. So yeah, it should be very simple, very easy, because I think the blue, the silver, and the black will go really nice together. So that's where I'm going to leave this setup. I think silver, black, and blue, I think, go really good together. So yeah, so let's just get this video rocking and rolling. You guys have seen me done this a million times already, so I'm just gonna get to it, put the front brakes on, put the front rotors and calipers back on, tighten them, and then we can get on to the bleeding process. The rears, on the other hand, since I have a really, when I say really high e-brake handle, it's really high, so I'm gonna have to take these bad boys off the back brakes, and I'm going to have to adjust the shoes manually. And if you guys did not know, you don't need to take off the brakes manually. This little plug here pops out and you could stick something in there, a screwdriver or whatnot, a tool to actually play with the lever and get this as tight as you possibly can, so that all you really have is maybe a 1-2 click, maybe a 3 click on the e-brake handle, so that it does lock. So mine is when I say it's at this highest point, so I don't even think I can actually get any higher without it actually without me doing anything with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to adjust the rear brake shoes, get the fronts on, and get the rears off, and we're just gonna go from there. So yeah, just watch me work. right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of these bad boys? So it's not like they're cheap, but they are they look good. They look good. I'll tell you this right now, this is probably one of the first cars that I've ever done where it's supposed to be going in a direction. I usually do it opposite. All of my other cars that I've put brakes and rotors on have all gone in the opposite direction. I don't know why I'm a weirdo like that, but these things said left and right, so I just put them on left and right. Like I said before, it's not like I'm gonna be driving this thing tomorrow, so yeah, I don't know. I really like the way they look. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let the car down just a little bit. I am going to make sure that the rears are all good and that they are grabbing as they should and with the e-brake, and then I will bleed these bad boys. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you guys have seen and have experienced how I've done my whole bleeding process. I use a one-man pump up bleeder or whatnot, so it's just a one-time thing. But as soon as I get done with that, we can put the wheels on and we can roll it outside. And I got a couple of more things to show you because I want to see this thing on the floor. So I did the suspension last video, or one of the last videos, and I haven't really been out here to actually put it on the ground yet. So this will be the first time putting it on the ground with the wheels so that I can actually see. Mind you, I do have another set of wheels, like I've said before. They're not going to go on this car until the spring, more than likely, just because I'm going to make sure everything is good. So I still need to get an alignment. I still need to do a couple other small things before I actually make it so that it's streetable. And then we can go for our inspection sticker, and then I can put the wheels on. But until then, I want to make sure all the alignment points and everything like that are on point with the stock wheels, and then I can put the aftermarket wheels on, just because I'll only be running those part-time. The stock wheels will be on there most of the time, at least for sitting purposes. So if I need to drive the car here and there, anywhere, when I do get this car ready and rolling, I'll have the correct alignment. So let me get this bled and let me pull it outside and we'll give it a quick look and we'll go from there. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting right in front of Saphire here, and it looks so good. It looks so good. And so what I'm gonna do is, oh man, I just can't keep looking at it. With the new brakes, the new calipers looking really, really, really fresh. And it's lowered stance now because it needed to get more low, that's for sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this thing out and I'm gonna drive it up and down the block, make sure it's all settled. And then we're gonna take some pictures and get your impressions. So give me 1 second, I will be right back. Oh, baby, when I tell you, I do like the way Saphire looks. I always have, but you know what? Like this blue the blue just hits so good. So good. So looking at it, oh, it's really hard to kind of tell. I'm gonna go on this side over here just because it's a lot easier with the sun. But yeah. Whew. Yeah, it looks so much better with the lowering springs. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to kind of put these wheels on, man. I really cannot wait. There's a couple parts that I do have to really mess around with. Mainly the taillights. I gotta do something with these taillights, and I do have to still do all of the interior. So it is still in shambles, as you can tell. I still got to take this window tint off. This is just, it just looks horrible. But if you guys know me, you guys know that I like to fishbowl my cars, especially with a car like this, you know. You know, like it's one of those things, you know. But looking at the brakes and stuff, like, you know, the new powder coated calipers, they look really good. The new you know, brake rotors, they look really good. So I'm very very happy. One of the things that I didn't show you guys is I'll pop the hood for you guys right now. So like I said before, these front seats are probably gonna go. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with them. They probably just need to be dyed, to be honest with you. They do have a little bit of a stretch, more stretch than I would really think, so that's why I'm probably gonna look for a different interior altogether. But let me pop the hood for you. Something that I never showed you guys that I was thinking about doing. So while I was doing this stuff here, you know, on Saphire, I got a couple more things done. So if you guys can kind of tell, ta-da, I actually did the valve cover. I actually did the strut tower brace as well. So I did all of that stuff while the car was actually down and getting the powder coating done for the Brembos. I said, you know what, this is gonna be the color. So this is the color. So black, silver, and blue. Black, silver, and blue. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the you know, the car, the way it's coming? Like, it looks really, really good, I swear. Like, every time I look at it, I'm just like I'm so amazed by how good it looks, to be honest with you. So amazed. Like, so once I get the interior done and a bunch of little things done, I can actually get this bad boy on the road. But I don't know, it's looking really, really good. So I'm very, very happy with it. Every time I look at it, it looks fantastic. These wheels, obviously they have to go, but don't worry, people, I do have wheels in the car, or in the garage, ready to go. So yeah, it is really, really nice. So yeah, I have a couple things that we're gonna talk about. I'll probably put them at the end of this video here. But yeah, I cannot wait till Saphire is actually on the road and stuff like that. So I do have a bunch more stuff I still do need to do with Saphire. Mainly a tune, alignment. I need to get all the fluids changed, which I'll do that off camera. But yeah, and then I could actually start driving this bad boy. I do have some parts that I have done already that I can put on, that I probably won't put on until I'm actually ready to drive this bad boy. But until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Deuces.